Good morning. Today we will discuss about the declining balance method of depreciation. In the last class, we have discussed the straight line method of depreciation. So, straight line method of depreciation, where there will be a constant value of amount will be depreciated at the end of every year, and so that we'll be calculating for the total service life of the equipment. Similarly, declining balancing method of depreciation. In this method of depreciation, so where there will be a constant percentage will be taken. K is a constant percentage of depreciation. So this K is going to talk about the how much percentage you have to depreciate from the actual booking value or the original value. So here this will be calculated. This will be calculated by using equation, that is 1 minus F. I mean, we have taken this F as the salvage value. That is, F is the salvage value, and F divided by P is the first cost value. So 1 minus F by P whole to the power of 1 by N. So where F is the salvage value, F is the salvage value, and P is the first cost. P is the first cost or initial cost. You can say initial cost, first cost or initial cost. And we know that N is the service life. N is the number of years of life or service life. Number of years of life or service life, both are same. Number of years of life or service life. So we can take any of this, and we can go for this is the constant percentage which you are going to calculate by using this equation. After calculating this constant percentage, so then we are going to evaluate what is the book value and what is the depreciation amount. So the formula for depreciation, that is D, and also we can take it as the BT. Of course, similar to that, BT is the book value. BT is the book value of the asset at the end of period T. Similarly, we are going to calculate the that is the depreciation at the end of T period T. So this is the depreciation amount. So depreciation amount at the end of period T. So if you look at this, we are going to calculate the BT and the DT. So first depreciation, how to calculate the depreciation at the end of period T. So there will be a K, which you have taken the fixed percentage, K into BT minus 1. So we have the equation for the BT also. Of course, BT is equal to BT minus 1 minus DT. So this is what we are going to calculate. The depreciation amount and as well as book value. So here this K represents the fixed percentage that we told how to calculate this fixed percentage value. So that's why we can call it as the declining, means it is in the early years it's going to decline very fastly, and as the time increases then it starts very low, very low declining value will be there. So now we'll discuss one problem so that we can understand how it can be calculated, the depreciation, how we are going to calculate. Suppose there is a XYZ company. So there is a XYZ company, so which is purchased an equipment, for rupees, say for rupees 60,000, and the installation cost, of course the installation cost, so the installation cost is also given. So installation cost, which is taken as rupees 11,950. Then the equipment has the equipment has the life of service life. Of course, that equipment has service life of 20 years. 20 years. So here n is the 20 years. And with the scrap value, so scrap value is also given. So scrap value of the equipment is given as, say, rupees 6,000. Means at the end of the 20 years, the equipment can be sold at 6,000 rupees. So now then is asking for depreciation. What is the depreciation? What is the depreciation for 5 years? So calculate depreciation schedule for 5 years. So it's asking for 5 years how the depreciation schedule will be there. So if you look at this, now what is given first we need to find out. So he has given that cost of equipment. He has given that cost of equipment. So cost of equipment is given. Cost of equipment, as well as he has given the installation cost also. So installation cost also, total cost, that is first cost if I want to take. So it has to be together, we have to consider, that is the equipment cost and the installation cost. So first cost, when I'm going to calculate the first cost or initial cost, which is P, which is P is equal to, so sum of this cost of equipment plus installation cost. So together we can say it is a first cost or initial cost. So if we take this one, 60,000 plus 11,950. So together it will be 71,950. 71,950 will become the first cost. That is the value which I have taken as P. Right? So now he has given the salvage value also. He has given the calculation depreciation schedule by using here method I have not mentioned. So you can use the by using because we are discussing the declining balancing method. So declining balance method. So find out the by using the declining balance method, or reducing balance method also we can call it as declining balance method or reducing balance method. So now we can calculate the salvage value is also given, so that will be taken as salvage value. Salvage value is given as F, we can take it as, that is rupees 6,000. So now we know that the salvage value is known and the first cost is also known. Then we need to find out in the declining balancing method. We need to find out the constant percentage of depreciation. That is constant percentage or fixed percentage. We can say fixed percentage, that is we have defined as K. K is equal to 1 minus of salvage value divided by first cost whole to the power of 1 by n. So by using this equation, we are going to find out the K value, that is 1 minus of 6,000 divided by first cost which I have calculated is 71,950 whole to the power of 1 by 20. So simplify this K value and get the percentage, that is we are going to get 0.1168. 0.1168 is the fixed percentage which are going to reduce from the original value. Right, now we take the say for example, by calculating this, so at the end of first year I'm going to calculate. So if I calculate this at the end of first year, after knowing this K value, so find out end of year, and as well as we are going to calculate the depreciation we are going to calculate the depreciation, and we are going to calculate the book value, that is BT. This is going to be DT. This is going to be DT, and this is going to be year which are going to take into consideration, right? Now this is for 5 years is asking, so we need to calculate for 5 years. So at the end of 0 years, there will be no depreciation amount, and whatever be the first cost, that is the 71,950 will be the book value at the end of 0. Means this will become the initially, that will be taken as initially. So now at the end of first year, we need to calculate the D1. We need to calculate the D1. So D1 is nothing but we are going to use the equation dt is equal to, we have the equation dt is equal to what? We can take k into pt minus 1. So if I want to find out the D1, so k into p, if I place in place of t, if I substitute 1, it will become b naught. So b naught is nothing but this is the b naught. So if I show separately, this will become the b naught. This will become the b naught. So this is the b naught value. So now we are going to calculate for the dt, that is k into k is, we know that it is a 0.1168. So that is at the end of first year. So required percentage is 11.68. So we are going to find out. The k into bt minus 1, k into b naught, that is 11.68. So we are going to find out the 11.68 into 71950. So we are going to find out this 71,950. How much is going to be? It is 71,950 into minus of, because we need to find out the depreciation dt. So minus of depreciation amount, what is the leftover is going to be 71,950 into 0.1168. So this, if I find out this after calculating the depreciation amount, we need to subtract the amount from the actual value b naught. So then we are going to get around the depreciation amount is going to be 8,403 rupees. So we are going to get at the end of first year. See, at the end of first year, the value is going to be this much. So 8403 will be the depreciation amount. So the calculation we can calculate by using the equation. So I'll write here. So at the end of first year, what is the depreciation amount? So depreciation amount, we can take it as 8403. Then book value B1 is equal to 71,950 minus this 8403 will give the book value at the end of first year, that is 6363546. So this is the amount which you are going to get at the end of first year. This is the book value, and this is the depreciation amount. When you take the 0.1168 of 71,950, I'm going to get this as the depreciation amount. Similarly, at the end of second year, depreciation once again will be taken as, say, dt is equal to, so d2 it will become k into b1. So this is the b1. So b1 into we are going to find out the 0.1168. We are going to calculate the 0.1168. That is, we are going to get around 7,422 as the depreciation amount at the end of second year. Then what is the book value? So this minus this, that is we are going to get the book value equation is bt, that is we have written bt is equal to bt minus 1 minus dt. So if I want to find out the book value at the end of second year is b1 minus d2. So this is the b1 and this is the d2. So b1 minus d2, this minus this will give the book value at the end of second year. So at the end of second year, it is going to be 56,124. Likewise, for all the 5 years, we are going to calculate in the similar fashion. So 3, we are going to get So around 6,555, and then one more we are going to get as this 49,569. Then we are going to, for the end of fourth year, we are going to get 5790, and then this will become the 43,779. That is this minus this we are going to get. So then fifth year, at the end of fifth year is asking, so depreciation will be the 5,113, and then the at the end of the this one is going to fifth year, what the appreciation amount is going, I mean the book value of this equipment is going to be 38,036. So this is the for 5 year schedule, the depreciation for 5 years schedule. Similarly, in some of the problems, they might give directly the fixed percent. Say for example, the same which we are going to say, for example, there will be a initial cost. Here they say, for example, they have given the equipment initial cost is say rupees 1 lakh, say rupees 1 lakh, and then we have the salvage value. We have the salvage value is given as, say for example, rupees 20,000, rupees 20,000. And the number of service life, I mean service life of the equipment is given as, service life of the equipment is given as say 8 years, say 8 years. Then, and he has mentioned the k value here. He has mentioned the k value is say 20%. So 0.2 is nothing but 20%. So if you look at here, this he has clearly mentioned this in the problem. He has mentioned itself there is a fixed percentage of k is equal to 0.2. Then how to calculate this depreciation schedule for the service life of 8 years? For the service life of 8 years. Now we know that the equations for depreciation dt is equal to k into bt minus 1, bt minus 1, and we have the book value equation, that is bt is equal to bt minus 1 minus dt. So by using these equations, we are going to find out the depreciation schedule for the 8 years by using the reducing balance method. Of course, we need to mention is here, because he has given the k is fixed percent as 0.2, then no need to mention that is by you can use the reducing balancing method, or declining balancing method. So we need to use this method. So by using this reducing balance method, for the end of year or service life, end of year is one, then depreciation is one more table, one more column of this table, and then book value at the end of every year we need to find out. So by using this, we need to calculate the depreciation amount, and as well as, so at the end of zero, as we know that at the end of the 0 year, we will be having the initial cost of the equipment, how much it is there. There will not be any depreciation for the 0 year. That is when you purchase the equipment. So there will be the book value is the whatever the value which you have taken into consideration, that will be taken as the book value for the 0. Now at the end of first year, if you take the depreciation calculation, so depreciation calculation to be done by using this equation. So that is dt into k into bt minus 1. So what is the bt minus 1 here? 1 lakh. 1 lakh into 0.2, so that is the depreciation amount is nothing but 20,000. That is going to be 20,000. So 1 lakh into 0.2. So 1 lakh into 0.2 will give the 20,000. So now what is the book value at the end of first year means? This is the one which you are going to give is, say this is the B naught and this is the D1. So we know that book value at the second year, that is B2 is equal to, we are going to calculate B1, 2 minus 1 is B1 minus D2. So we are going to calculate, sorry, at the end of first year. So B1 is equal to B naught minus D1, B naught minus D1. So B naught we know and D1 we know. So B naught minus D1 will give the B1 value. So B1 we are going to find out by using 1 lakh minus 20,000, which will give 80,000. Okay, it is a constant fixed percentage on the book value of the previous year. So now for the second year, second year, if I want to calculate, see at the end of second year, so what is the B1 is 80,000. So here D1, D2, we have the K into B2 minus 1 is B1. So what is the B1 value here? B1 value is 80,000. So I'm doing sample calculation here, and this is going to be zero point 0.2. So zero point 0.2 into 80,000 is going to give the 16,000. 16,000, that is the 16,000 is going to be the value of D2. So 16,000 will be taken as the D2. That is depreciation. And then if I want to find out the B2, we know that B2 is equal to, so same by using this equation. So B2 is equal to B1 minus D2. So by using this, so what is the B1 value here is 80,000, and what is the D2 value is 16,000. So 80,000 minus 16,000. So 80,000 minus 16,000, which will give 64,000, which will give the 64,000. So now at the end of third year, similarly, see here we are going to calculate for the book value is given, so 3 at the end of third year. So what we are going to calculate here is D3. So D3, we have the equation, say D3 is equal to K into B2. So what is the B2 value here is 64,000 into 20% of this. So 20% of this, we are going to give around with 12,800. Sorry, 12,800 is the depreciation. So 64.2 into 64,000. So you'll be getting 12,800 here. So now the B3, if I want to find out here, so B3 is nothing but B2 minus D3. So B3 is equal to B2 minus D3. That is the booking value at the end of second year minus depreciation at the end of third year. 64,000 minus 12,800. So 64,000 minus 12,800. So we'll be getting around 51,200. So this is the book value at the end of third year. Similarly for fourth year, so what is the D4 value? So D4 value is 0.2 into 51,200. So it will become 10,240. Then B4 is, we are going to calculate the B4. B4 is how to calculate B4? B4 is equal to B3 minus D4. So here B3 minus D4. Be careful with these years. So B4 is going to be 51,200 minus this value we are going to get as a D4 amount. So it is 40,960. Next, at the end of fifth year, we need to calculate the D5. That is D5 is equal to K into B4. That is K into B4. K is 0.2 into B4 is 40,960. So we are going to get around 8,192. Then B5. So once you calculate the depreciation amount 8,192, then B5 is equal to B4 minus D5. B4 minus this. So that will give the B5 value. So B5 value will be taken as subtraction. After subtraction, 32,768. So this is how we can find out the depreciation for the each and every year. So sixth year, D6, nothing but D6 is equal to K into B5. So K into B5 is 32,768 into 0.2 which will rounded to say 6,553. So now B6 we are going to calculate. B6 here is nothing but B5 minus D6, which you are going to get roughly 26,214. Next seventh year, at the end of seventh year, so we'll be getting D7. D7 is nothing but K into B6, K into B6. So B6 value is 26,214. So into zero point 0.2, into zero point 0.2 will give 5,242 point, of course 88 we are going to get, you can take it as, if you don't round it, okay, I will take this decimals also, 5242.88. Then it will give 20,971.52. Okay, this is the B7. Finally, at the end of eighth year, so it is D8. So depreciation on this you are going to calculate, that is 4,194, 4,194.30, and it will be taken as 16,000 B8. At the end of book value is going to be 16,777.22. So this is the depreciation cycle. See, for example, if you look at here, so the difference between this is going to be, there is a reduction, 4,000 rupees as reduct as a depreciation and depreciation amount at the end of first year. At the end of, I mean, first year. For the second year, it is the difference for the second year and the first year, it is 4,000. When it comes to here, see, the difference has become 1,000. So in the early years, there will be a huge amount of reduction will be there. In the early years, in the double declining balance method, early years there will be a huge amount of depreciation will be there. As the time ages, then there will be a less amount reduction. So it is 1,000. So 4,000, there will be a 1,000 only reduction as the time increases. So in the beginning of the years, in the declining balancing method, we are going to get a more depreciation amount in the early years. So this is about the declining balancing method. Now we'll go with one more method. Another method of depreciation, which is sum of the years digits method. Of depreciation. So this is one more method. So till now we discussed the two methods, that is, one is straight line method, the other one is declining balancing method. So next, third one, this is the third method, which is called as sum of the years digits method of depreciation. Method of depreciation. So in this case, sum of the years, the name says here the sum of the years. So we are going to add all the years. Means, say for example, sum of the years is equal to, say, if the service life is 8, if the service life n is given as 8, so 1 plus 2 plus 3 means all the years digits, sum of the years digits means first year, second year, third year, like that. This is the first year means digit is 1, second year is digit 2, third year is digit 3, fourth year is digit 4, like that. 8 years means 8th digit. So you need to add all these digits for each and every year. So we'll be getting around 36. That is, we can sum of the n consecutive numbers is equal to, we have the equation, that is n into n plus 1 by 2. We can use 8 into 7 by 2. So 8 into 9 by 2. So 2 4 9 36. So you can use this way. If the n is, say for example, n is 36, then we have to use this equation only. Okay, right. So sum of the years is nothing but we need to add all the years, and that will be taken as sum of the years. So here in this method of depreciation, it is also, it is assumed that the book value of the asset decreases. Decreases at a decreasing rate. So we are assuming that it is going to decreases at a decreasing rate. And as we told that the rate of depreciation charge for the first year, in this case for the first year, it is assumed that highest. So what we are assuming this is going to be decreasing at a decreasing rate means the beginning. So decreasing at a decreasing rate means beginning should be high. Beginning should be high at the beginning. At the beginning, we should have the highest rate of depreciation, depreciation in the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, we are assuming that at the beginning, assuming that there will be highest highest rate of depreciation at the beginning of the year. So if we take this, the at the rate of beginning year, so we need to have the rates. So when I'm taking the rate of depreciation, so the rates are taken. Rates of depreciation as taken. Rate of depreciation taken as the year means like say 1 by 36, 2 by 36, 3 by 36, 4 by 36, 5 by 36, 6 by 36, and 7 by 36, then 8 by 36. So this is the rates which is taken as 1 by 36, 2 by 36, 3 by 36. So for the 8 years we have taken this. Means denominator is the some of the years has taken. But rates, when I'm assuming it's at the beginning of the year, highest rate of depreciation is to be taken. Highest rate of depreciation. So which is among these, which is the highest rate of depreciation? So this will be taken as 8. So this will be the beginning rate of depreciation. Means if you take this in a column, so rates of depreciation column, so we need to add this calculation, that calculation part. So first we need to take, means say 8 by 36 is the beginning, then 7 by 36, and then 6 by 36. Like this it will keep going. Keep going. At the end of first year, this is the rate of depreciation will be taken into calculation. Means whatever the book value, say for example 1 lakh is the book value here, 8 by 36, 8 by 36 of 1 lakh will become the depreciation for the first year, for the amount which is going to be depreciation for this year. So likewise, rate into p minus f, rate into p minus salvage value will give the depreciation. So this is how the rates of, as we told that at the beginning of the year, we need to take the highest rate of depreciation while calculating the depreciation. So likewise, so how to calculate this depreciation? In the sense, the equation for this method, that is which we are discussing, sum of SYD method, we can call it as SYD method of depreciation. Okay. In this, the depreciation is calculated. That is dt. Dt will be taken as the rate of depreciation into the first cost, that is p, minus the salvage value. So in this case, the first depreciation dt is calculated by using the rate of depreciation. Say for example d1 you are calculating, the rate of depreciation should be maximum for the first year, beginning. This is the, we can say beginning. So at the beginning, the rate of depreciation should be high. It means that this n is equal to 8. In the sense it should be taken as 8 here. So that is why we have the equation for the which will give the equation for this, that is for maximum, that is n minus t plus 1 divided by n into n plus 1 by 2. This is the sum. n minus t plus 1 divided by n into n plus 1 by 2. See here, if you take the 1, n is the 8 years and t is equal to 1. T is equal to 1 here. So t is equal to 1, 8 minus 1 plus 1 by 8 into 8 plus 1 by 2. So for this example, I have taken this 8 years. So that will become as, so minus 1 plus 1 is cancelled. Then 8 by, so 2 4 ja, then 4 into 9, 36. So 8 by 36 will become the, at the beginning, which is the maximum. Maximum is going to be, maximum will be taken. Highest rate of depreciation will be taken in the beginning. So that is why you can use the this equation, or otherwise straight away, if I know the n value, if I know the n value, n is equal to 10, in the sense we are going to get 10 minus 1 plus 1. So 10 by 10 into 11 by means 55. 10 by 55 will be the highest at the end of, 10 by 55 will become the highest at the beginning of the years, and the beginning of years. So that is how we need to calculate the rate of depreciation. At the beginning, it should be maximum. And as if it goes down, that is d2. For d2 calculation, it will be 7 by 36, and here it will become d2 is 9 by 55, like that. So 9 by 55. In this case, it is 9 by 55. Likewise, it is keep going. Likewise, it is keep going. So, and the book value, as it, this is the depreciation equation, and the book value equation, if I find out, book value is equal to bt minus, that is bt you are going to calculate, that is bt minus 1 minus dt. So this book value equation is same for everything, only the depreciation calculation, the method of calculating the depreciation is changes. The method of calculation of depreciation is changes. So this method we'll discuss in the next class in detail. Okay, so today we'll stop here.